Heinz's story. I remember that day the Nazis came to power. I was almost 13. I remember looking down from our window in Firth, Nuremberg. Crackle, crackle, crackle. The Nazis always celebrated their successes by torchlight processions. And they marched past and sang songs, bloodthirsty songs. The Nuremberg laws that came in the autumn of 1935 legalized anti-Jew measures. That's not good. We were no longer allowed to go to cinemas and theaters and be members of clubs. As a child of any age, to be excluded from your peers is a blow. You feel inferior, and you question your existence. Crack. His head cracked open. I think he's very sad. There were 3 Jewish boys, including me, left in our class. The main Hitler youth leader came and said, "It's time you left the school. We don't want you here." Thump. I left school at 16. If it hadn't been for the Nazis, I probably would have gone to university. But we could no longer do that because universities were no longer accepting Jews. At the age of 18, I went to college in Hamburg to learn English. One evening we heard the news, and we knew that something was going to happen. Back in Nuremberg, my parents were arrested, rounded up, and kept standing in the square in the center of town for about 2 hours. Click, click, click. They were abused and spat on. Click, 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 click. The synagogue was set on fire. The women, the older people, and the children were sent home. Run! When my mother got home about 4 o'clock in the morning, she rang where I was staying. She said, "Father's gone away," which was code for he's been arrested. Oof. You get dressed. Go for a walk now. So that's what I did. I sat on park benches. Then I went around to department stores. Then I tried to make myself small, not to stand out. Click, tap, click, tap, click, tap, tap, tap. I could see the smoke from the burning synagogues everywhere. I could also see groups of Jewish people being frog marched through the streets after they'd been arrested. Little girl saying, "Mommy!" Windows were smashed. The Germans invented the term Kristallnacht because all of the broken glass. Eventually, I went home. The landlady said, "The Gestapo have been looking for you. It's a good thing that I did leave the digs, otherwise I would have been sent to a concentration camp." Bang, bang, bang. Father was arrested and then sent to Dachau concentration camp near Munich. He was there for 5 or 6 weeks. Most of the people were released just before Christmas of 1938. Father came home, and he was a complete change. It was then quite obvious that there was no future for us in Germany. There was nowhere for us to go. No country wanted us. Frank, my brother, was in Leeds. He tried very hard to get me to a trainee post and finally succeeded. And I came to Leeds, from Germany to Great Britain. We managed to get visas for our parents eventually, and they came, thank God, because 4 days later, bang, 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 war broke out. The day war broke out, a policeman came asking us to come down and report to police headquarters. I was registered as an enemy alien. Cameras and binoculars were impounded. They were considered spying equipment. 8 months later, Winston Churchill became prime minister, and his civil servants famously asked him, "What shall we do with these enemy aliens?" Callers a lot. So we were interned, father, brother, and me. All of us felt a bit angry because we were more opposed to the Nazis than the native British were. We were kicked out of there because we were Jewish. There you go. We were interned here because we were German. We wanted to fight the Nazis, but instead we were kept behind barbed wire. Heinz and his brother Frank were also sent to internment camps in Canada for 2 years. They never did get their chance to fight the Nazis.